So I hope I have said you that VNV model is called as verification and validation model. And I hope I have also said you, and I hope you also remember that whatever things I have given to you already about VNV model, I have said you that VNV model has come into picture because to overcome the drawbacks of your previous two models like waterfall model and spiral model, because in VNV model, requirement changes are allowed at any stage of the development process. And in VNV model, not only testing is done after development, but testing is done also for the requirement collection and the design. This is what we discussed yesterday. Hope you all remember. From there, I'm going to start today. So guys, before I start, just want to let you guys know that testing is not just called as when you do something with your mobile app, pressing the buttons, or when you do something with your mouse, pressing the buttons which are available on the internet, right? What I'm trying to tell that playing with your mouse and keyboards is only not called as testing. Sometimes testing is also when you review the documents, right? When you are able to review the documents, that is also one type of testing, which you will study in the very far from today, but you will study one type of testing called as static testing. Static testing means review of the documents. Are you all getting the meaning of review means what? Are you all getting the meaning of review documents means what?
Verify the document.
Yeah, getting
Yeah,
overview of the thing.
yes, someone have converted the one document into another document. So my job is to make sure that there is no data missing and everything while transferring or while converting the high level documentation into smaller level documentation or a low level documentation, everything got converted in the right fashion. So to conclude, testing is not just called when you play something with mouse and keyboard. Sometimes testing is also called testing when you review the documents, right? And yes, as a part of this model, you guys are going to learn about verification and validation. Verification and validation are only going to talk about these two topics, which I'm telling you today. Again, repeating for the last time. Testing is not always called as when you do something with mouse and keyboard. Testing is also called as when you try to review some documents, which has already been converted by someone, right? Now, guys, before I move on, I just want to let all of you know this today that the requirements or the requirement that we have, which is our first stage of software development lifecycle, they are basically of three types. One is called as CRS, one is called as SRS, and one is called as FS. CRS is called as Customer's Requirement Specification. CRS is called as Customer Requirement Specification. SRS is called as Software Requirement Specification. And FS means Functional Specification. I want you to again check the heading of the topic that I'm teaching. The heading of the topic is types of requirement. Whose job is to collect the requirement? Please help me.
Business analyst.
Product manager.
Product manager, PTO,
Product manager in case of product-based systems and
business analyst in
analysis
case of
in case of service-based.
service
Absolutely,
based.
yes. So the types of different requirement that we can expect our customer may give it to us are either customer requirement specification, software requirement specification, or functional specification. What is customer requirement specification? Generally, the customer requirement specification will be present inside the business language. Business language means any language in which there is no technical terms involved. Business language means that language in which there is no technical words involved. Something that is often being spoken by any customer who try to buy any TV, fridge, AC, car. They don't know much technical things, but they want to have a car. Take example. All people who buy car may not know what is the meaning of two-tire engine or four-tire engine, or they might not know the meaning of CC, right? They might not know the meaning of many other things, which even I don't know, right? So, but everyone want to have a car today, but they might not know the internal structure of the car. It's not important for everyone today to have the knowledge of technical knowledge if they want to buy something. So guys, that kind of knowledge is called as customer requirement specification. Sometimes you will meet some customer in the IT field, if you are the product manager or business analyst, who just talk in the CRS language. CRS language means customer requirement specification language, which does not have any kind of technical words in it. Okay. You guys can hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Second, we have software requirement specification, guys. It will have technical words involved in it. It will have technical words involved in it. Why, when I already have CRS, why I need software requirement specification is something that I have explained you 2 days ago. Let me remind you again. I told you in the waterfall model that once requirement will be given by my customer, my product manager or business analyst will try to collect the requirement and will not directly explain to my development team or technical team. My product manager or business analyst will try to convert it into a software language, right? A technical language. That technical language is called as software requirement specification. Okay. Now, finally, we have functional specification. Functional specification means detailed explanation. Detailed explanation of each component. Detailed explanation of each component. What is component? Watch out. This is one component, second component, third component, fourth component, fifth component, sixth component, seventh component, eighth component, ninth component, 10th component, 11th component, 12th component, 13th component. They are called as components over the web page, right? So the name of this component is called as text field. The name of this component is called as text field. What are these two?
Radio buttons.
They are called as radio buttons. They are called as?
Drop down.
They are called as drop down. Even this is called as drop down. Even this is called as drop down. Guys, when your text field is bigger, they are called as text area field. What is this called as? Text field. What is this called as? Tell me, guys.
Checkbox.
Checkbox.
This is just button, right? These are your various components that you have on this particular page of registration page. Those of you are not getting that, what exactly is this page in GrowTechMind's website? Guys, this is one of the page that we have for automation testers, where they can come and automate this particular page. Okay. So don't think that if you fill here data, someone you have registered yourself on GrowTechMinds. No, guys, this is the page for automation testers. Okay, don't get confused. So this chess game is for automation testing. So write a code to print your valid username and valid first name, right? So these all are for my automation testers. Just letting you guys know, even these all things are for my automation testers. First name, last name, email ID, mobile number, and so on. Okay. So I was saying that functional specification means detailed explanation of each component, right? Let me show you something. Watch out. Tell me, by looking into that, what you have understood, that is it a CRS, SRS, or FS?
FS.
It's
This,
FS.
okay. Yes, guys, it is FS because it is telling me in detail that it accepts email address or phone number. But yes, it is not much telling me about what kind of email address and what kind of phone numbers, right? Because I'll talk about it in the upcoming chapter. But yes, it is functional specification. Okay, guys, functional specification means, let me open this and show you something. Functional specification means where I'm talking in detail that this first name can accept one character minimum and maximum of 30 characters. Are you all very clear about the difference between sentence, words, and characters?
Yes.
All of you know?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. So guys, uh, when we talk about the requirement, which is called as functional specification, if I'm giving that, it will accept only 1 to 30 characters. And if I also tell that it should accept only alphabets, now that is called as functional specification. When I say that password should accept alpha plus numeric plus special characters. See, I'm talking so much detail about the components. Now, this is called as functional specification. So the overall idea is whenever customers gives a requirement, that requirement can be in the form of CRS, SRS, or FS. CRS will have less technical words involved, which might not be very cool understanding to my developers and testers. They might not appreciate it having the requirement in the form of CRS. So it can be a duty of your business analyst or your product manager to convert it into a decent language called a software requirement specification language, because that will have technical words involved in it. And finally, you will have the functional specification, with the help of which it will be very detailed fashion of your requirement. Try to answer my question. Whenever you're working as a tester, what kind of requirement do you think you will need to test the application beautifully?
Functional specification.
Functional specification.
Functional specification. That's right. That's right. Guys, in your study material section, I'm giving you one document today on CRS, FS, and SRS. Please go through that. There I have given one story. If you just read that story, you will understand better. Okay? Just give me 10 seconds. I will be assigning this right away to you. Can you all open your, if you want, let's open it right away. Let's talk about it. So you guys can check your mobile application under study material section. Can you see you will have a document called as CRS, FRS, and CRS, SRS, and FS. You guys are able to
Yes,
see
it's
it? Let
visible.
me know. Okay. If you guys are able to see it, can you see it's written in a very plain English language? Those who can't see it, watch here. I have given you in a very plain English language that this is your CRS. Okay. I have given you one application called as MKT.in. It's a platform to learn, educate, evolve yourself. Different login is student login is different from instruction. Dashboard is different. I have given you the whole idea. That is your CRS, customer requirement specification, till here. Then I have discussed what is SRS, software requirement specification. And then I have given the FS. FS means detailed requirement, right? Detail means I'm telling this also that OTP will be 4-digit number. Getting idea? Okay. Guys, now coming to our VNV model, which was our yesterday topic, which we started yesterday. So we have to complete it today. In our VNV model, my both developer and tester will be working parallel. My both developer and tester will be working parallelly. Parallelly in the sense, my both developer and testers are working parallelly, just the way you guys can see these lines. And here what happens, as soon as the requirement comes, the requirement which is, let's say, in the form of a CRS, the product manager or the business analyst will give this requirement to both tester and as well as developer. Okay. May I know your name, please? 709454.
So Varun.
What? Varun.
Yes.
Please change your name because your attendance is getting captured with the same name, the name that you guys are passing here. So I request all of you to pass the same name. Otherwise, you will not realize why you have been moved out of the batch because of wrong name present in this class. So I'm requesting all of you, make sure that your names are proper because Karishma is your student counselor who will be checking your attendance on every day, right? So make sure that you're giving the right name to this class. Varun, kindly change it, please. So guys, in the VNV model, what happens? CRS, once it will be given to our business analyst or product manager by our customer, it will be given by both testers and developer. But what my tester will be doing, guys, as I have said you that in VNV model, my both developer and testers are working parallelly. That means both of them are working on the requirement together, working on my design together, working on my development together, right? It means since you know that application is not yet ready, so what my tester will do? Tester job is to review the document now. So tester will review the CRS, right? So at first, since my CRS is ready, which is given by my customer. So once my CRS will be given by my customer, my tester is reviewing the CRS. Not just that, my tester is also doing one more activity, which is called as my tester is also writing acceptance, test scenarios, and acceptance test cases. Are you all understanding the meaning of acceptance means what? Based on which I will be deciding whether I have to accept my application or I have to reject my application. Okay. What is test scenarios and test cases? I will talk about it in the upcoming chapter. But as of now, I can just tell you that it is just my test scenarios and test cases which will decide that how I should test my application. Okay. I'm repeating it again. Once my CRS is ready, it will be given by my product manager to both my developers as well as tester. Once it is given to my tester will review the CRS. Second, my tester will write the acceptance test scenarios and acceptance test cases. Guys, please give me a understanding if you guys have understood what is the meaning of test scenarios and test cases. I'm repeating it again, then you guys let me know. As of now, I cannot give you the definition of test scenarios and test cases, but I can only tell you test scenarios and test cases will decide how I need to do the testing. What kind of testing? Acceptance testing. As of now, I'm not doing acceptance testing, but I'm only writing acceptance test scenarios and acceptance test cases, which will help me to do the acceptance testing in the future. Okay. It is the acceptance testing, guys, which will help me to decide whether I should take this particular application or I should reject the application. So you will be buying vegetables, right? When you will be buying vegetables, you will be checking the quality of the vegetable, whether it is really good or not. When you are checking the quality of vegetable, it is good or not. That means what you are doing? You are doing acceptance testing. If you like it, you buy it. If you don't like it, you don't buy it, right? Guys, are you getting the meaning of test scenarios and test cases now? Tell me, please.
Yes, Manish.
Yes.
Yes.
sir.
Now, tester job is done, but developer have not completed his job. Now, developer is trying to convert this CRS into SRS with the help of the product manager or business analyst, whoever is available. Now, you might be thinking that, Manish, but this is the job of the product manager, right? Yes, guys. This can be done by alone product manager or business analyst also, but some company can also make use of the developers in order to convert the CRS into SRS. So once the SRS is ready, guys, again, it will be handed over to both the testers as well as developer. What tester will do now? Tester will this time review the SRS. Since SRS is ready, right? So they will review the SRS. They will review the SRS against the CRS. What do you mean by against the CRS? Can someone talk, please?
They will compare.
In reference with.
In reference with, they will compare. Absolutely, yes. Not only that, guys, my testers will also write system test scenarios and system test cases. Now, what is test scenarios and test cases? Same story. System test scenarios and test cases will help you to do the system testing in future. I will talk about it. Okay. As of now, you guys can just understand that once review of the SRS will be done, my testers will start writing the system test scenarios and system test cases. Guys, meanwhile, when tester is doing this job, developer have converted the SRS into high-level design. With the help of the architect and developer, together have converted my SRS into high-level design. Guys, what is high-level design? I hope you remember the high-level design. My design phase have started from here. Guys, once high-level design is ready, again, it will be given to my both developer and as well as tester. What developer will do? Both are working parallelly, right? My developer and architect are trying to convert the high-level design into low-level design. Okay. When they are converting it, my testers are not sitting idle. They are also doing something. Can you please help me understand? This time my tester will review what document?
Design.
HLD against
Design.
SRS.
This time my tester will review the HLD against the
SRS.
SRS. And once this is done, my testers are not sitting idle. They are also writing integration test scenarios and integration test cases. I'm repeating it again, guys. What is integration test scenarios and test cases? Guys, integration test scenarios and integration test cases will help my tester to do the integration testing in the future, right? What is test scenarios and test cases? I have said you already 5-7 times, again repeating it. Test scenarios and test cases are one of the documents that can help my testers do a certain type of testing, right? What kind of testing I'm talking about? I'm talking about integration test scenarios and integration test cases. Okay. Now, once this is ready, my developer finally will be looking into this lower level design and finally be converting this lower level design into coding. Once they will be doing the coding, meanwhile, my testers are not sitting idle. My testers, So my low level design will be getting converted to coding and it will also be given to the testers, right? What testers will do, what they will review. Can you help me, please?
Component.
Review
Low-level
LLD
design.
against
What they will review?
HLD.
LLD versus
LLD
HLD.
and
Against-
HLD
They will review the LLD
against
against the
HLD.
previous
Yes.
document. Previous one is high level design. Not only that, guys, my test. Please mute yourself, all of you. Apurva, Sushma, background noise. Okay. Not only review the lower level design, but my testers will also write the component test scenarios and component test cases that will help my testers do the component testing in the future, right? Now, I have the coding available, and I also have the test scenarios and test cases available for all the testing types. I don't know whether you realized it or not, but we discussed a lot of testing types today. Testing types like component testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing. For all those testing, you have already written the test scenarios and test cases. Why have you written the test scenarios and test cases for component integration system and acceptance? The reason you have written the test scenarios and test cases of component testing, integration testing, system, and acceptance because you want to do the testing based on those test scenarios and test cases, right? Finally, my developer, once he's done converting his low-level design into coding, he will finally convert this code into build. What is build? Please write down. Watch out. Build code. Build means compressed and compiled code. What is the meaning of compressing? Tell me, guys. English meaning of compressing
Reducing the
means
size.
reducing the size. And guys, compiled means no syntax issue. And also no rule language issue. Every languages will have a rules. There is no issue in it. That is why I have converted my code into compressed and compiled code. That compressed and compiled code is called as build. Watch out, guys. I want to show you something. All of you, please watch out. Can you all see this? What is this?
Build.
Are you able to see, all of you?
Yes, sir.
It's called as Chrome driver.exe. Exe means executable file. So if I tell you that, hey, I have downloaded the application. No. I have not yet downloaded the application. I have downloaded the build. What is build? It's a compressed and compiled code, right? Let me show you something. Watch out. I just downloaded this. Are you guys able to see that? Chrome driver file. Let me show you its properties. If I show you its properties, it will tell you that, hey, I'm a exe type. The type of the file is exe. Exe means executable file, right? Such kind of files are called as build, right? In order to make this as an application, what you guys have to do it? You have to install it, right? So let me write it for you. Let me tell you the major difference between code build, and application. Who will write the code?
Developer.
Developer.
Developer will write them. Who will utilize the build?
Tester.
Tester.
Who will utilize the application?
And user.
Customer.
End user.
Customer.
At the end of the day, all three are same. What is code is only build. What is build is only application. What I mean is, when it is a code, it is a code. But when it is compressed, it became build. When build was installed, it became application. Now tell me, guys, all of you know Play Store
Yes.
or iOS
Yes.
Store?
Yes.
Tell me, in Play Store or iOS Store, what exactly you guys download? Do you guys download the build or application?
Application.
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 First you have to download them.
Have you not seen after downloading it gets installed?
Yes.
So what you download, build or application?
Build.
Build.
You guys download build. Because after downloading, your operating system is designed in such a manner that the moment you will download anything from the Play Store or iOS Store, after downloading it, soon it will start installing. Why it is getting installed? To make it as a beautiful application, right? So I was saying, after developer has completed his coding, developer will make the build. Why there is a need of a build? Because with the help of the build only, my testers can make it as an application and start testing, right? So my developer will give the build to my testers, and testers will start doing the testing now. Now, what kind of testing they will do first? They will first do the component testing. After doing component testing, my testers will do the integration testing. After doing integration testing, my testers will do the system testing. After doing system testing, my testers will do the acceptance testing. Once they finish the acceptance testing, finally they will release the application into the market, and finally they will start doing the maintenance phase. This is exactly what happens in the VNV model. My both developer and testers are working parallelly. First in reviewing the documents and later testing the application, right? Whatever is happening on the left-hand side is called as verification. Whatever happens on the right-hand side is called as validation. I will give you the definition, please don't worry. But yeah. Now, can you see this component testing? Tell me, how this component testing will be done now? By looking into the component test scenarios and test cases that are written. Can you guys help me to understand who has written that component test scenarios and component test cases? Who has written?
Tester.
Testers. Testers have written. Why? So that they can do component testing now. Who has written this integration test scenarios and integration test cases?
Tester.
Testers.
So that they can do the integration testing as of now. I know I have not guided you what is component testing. That will be done in future. Don't worry. As of now, you just understand that these are the 4 types of testing in order to get started, which is called as first testing the components, then testing the integrations, then testing the system, and then finally testing the acceptance. Once acceptance testing is final, then we will release the application into the market. The other name of release are deployment, installation, implementation, and then finally maintenance phase will start. Okay. So I will request you guys write down the definition of verification. Definition of verification is converting CRS into SRS. Converting CRS into SRS. SRS into HLD, HLD into low-level design. Is called as verification. Please write down the meaning of validation. Testing the functionality of an application. Testing the functionality of an application by executing the test cases. Testing the functionality of an application by executing the test cases. Guys, don't write it now what I'm going to tell you, but tell me. Read the definition of validation once again. The definition is testing the functionality of an application
Functionality of an application
by executing the test cases.
executing the application.
My question is, what kind of test cases are you executing here?
Component testing.
Functional testing.
So the type of test cases that you are executing here is what is written on the board. Those are components, integration, system, and acceptance. Getting idea, guys? So guys, if I tell you frankly, watch out. Before I tell you more, you guys tell me, who is doing the verification?
Tester.
Developers.
See, I'm asking who is doing the
Developers.
verification.
Oh, very good.
Business
Architect,
analyst.
product managers.
Generally, we don't say each one of them, but generally we say that it will be done by the
Developers.
So verification activity will be done by developer. But who will do the validation?
Testers.
Testers.
Validation will be done by my tester, in which
Yes.
they will do what kind of testing? Component testing,
Component
integration testing, system testing, acceptance testing, and so on. How they will do those kind of testing? By looking into the component test cases, system test cases, integration test cases, acceptance test cases, and so on. Guys, are you able to understand this flow? Tell me
Yes.
frankly, please.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Guys, now I want to tell you something. Focus, please. Guys, before giving the build to my testers, developer will do here white box testing. Okay, I'm repeating it again. Once my coding is ready, but before giving the build to my testers, developer will do the white box testing. What is white box testing? Watch out. I'll show you practically what is white box testing. Focus. White box testing means reading each lines of the code and understanding that whatever I have done, is it really making sense? Is called as white box testing. I'm repeating it again. White box testing means reading the each lines of your code and understanding whatever you have done, is it really correct? Right? That is called as white box testing, right? Reading the each and every lines of the code is called as white box testing. Why it is called as white box? Because what is the meaning of black and white? So there are two kinds of testing you will learn in future. One is called as white box testing. One is called as black box testing. The name is given as white because you can see something. What you can see? You can see the code. And in future, you will talk about the black box testing. What is black box? something that you can't see. Can you see the code that is present in this mobile? You can't.
No.
Since nothing you can't see here, that is called as black box testing, which will be done in future. As of now, don't worry. As of now, I just want to tell you that after writing coding, before giving the build to my developer can do the white box testing to confirm that each and every lines of the code that is written by the developer, is it really working fine? If it is really working fine, my developer will make the build and give it to the tester. Okay, guys, before build is ready, whatever happens, like white box testing, right? And after build is ready, we will be doing black box testing. Black box testing. What is WBT? White box testing, because developer can see the code and do the testing. What is black box testing? Black box testing means a type of testing that will be done by the tester, right? Black box testing is a type of a testing that will be done by the tester, where code will not be visible. Tell me now, do you think while doing component testing, integration testing, system testing, and acceptance testing, code will be visible? Do you think so?
No.
No.
So yes, guys, acceptance testing, system testing, integration testing, and component testing are the first 4 types of your black box testing. Please remember, right? All the types of testing that you have written under validation are all the 4 types of your black box testing. You may ask me now that, Manish, do we have only 4 types of testing under black box? No, we have so many types of testing under black box testing. As of now, you guys are learning only these 4 types. In the upcoming days, you will learn more about this black box testing types. Now, focus, guys. I may give you one scenario and I will ask you a question. Suppose we all are the tester of Zoom company, and I am testing whether the moment I pause this meeting, whether we can hear the lady voice or. So as a senior tester, I have tested it, and I just wanted to confirm whether my junior tester, my team lead, my manager have also heard the same. Tell me, what kind of testing was that? Was it a black box or a white box?
Black box.
It's a black box.
Black box.
Black box,
Black
because I
box.
can't see the
Coding.
Code.
code will be only visible to my developers. Developer will do the white box testing before making the build. You know what is build, right? The compressed and the compiled code, right? I have already given you the three diagram understanding of what is code, build, and application, right? So guys, once the coding is done, before converting it to compressed and compiled code, my developer can do the white box testing, in which he can go through the each lines of code to confirm that whatever the code that is written by him is really correct. Getting idea, guys? Okay. Please write down, guys, what are the advantages of VNV model? Advantages we discussed yesterday few, but we'll discuss again. Write down the first advantages is here, my requirement collection, design, and coding. All 3 of them are tested. Am I right? All are tested. Are you guys understanding how requirement collection is being tested here?
Yes.
I want to understand from someone. Kavita, will you be able to tell me this? How requirements are tested here?
Converting the CRS into
A little louder, please. I'm not able to hear you.
Is it better now?
Can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We are converting the CRS into SRS, and that is a business requirement.
I'm not getting the convincing answer. my question is how I can say in this diagram that my CRS is being tested, Kavita?
We are reviewing the requirement and we are writing the test cases and test scenarios.
Okay. The reason I can say that my CRS is being tested here because I'm reviewing the CRS. Review the CRS means my requirement has been tested. I'm also reviewing the HLD. That means my HLD is being tested. I'm also reviewing the LLD because I'm testing it, right? So you can answer this. Okay. Second point, guys. Second advantage. Here the requirement changes are allowed at any stage of the development process. Here the requirement changes are allowed at any stage of the development process. Third point. Since in VNV model, we will be doing verification first and validation later, the quality of the application is robust. What is the disadvantages of VNV model? It's a time consuming. Second disadvantage of VNV model, money involvement is more. Whenever time is more, money is involvement is more. What is the other disadvantage of VNV model? Any one of you want to talk? What can be other disadvantage of VNV model? Anyone? Okay, let us discuss for what kind of projects we can go for VNV model. For what kind of projects we can go for VNV model. For big projects, we can go. And we can go for those kind of projects where my customer want a robust product. Wherever my customer wants a very robust product and don't have any time constraint that give my application in 60 days, 90 days, wherever I have a time to do my testing and everything, right? So for those kind of projects, I can happily go for VNP model. Guys, do you all know setup box? Do you all know setup box?
Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Want to show you something. My first company was making setup boxes. So I have worked in the VNP model. So want to show you something. Watch out. So what you guys have seen is this kind of setup box at your home. Am I right, guys? This is what you guys have seen, right?
Yes.
Guys, inside the setup box, there will be chips. Not that there will be such kind of chips in it. Guys, in this chips, there will be there will be in this chip, there will be a black color. I'm not able to find that out now where it is. But in this chip, there will be a small chip black color in which the whole build will be installed. So I was working on that black colored chip, which was first written by the developer. And we used to deploy that code into these chips, which are stored into this particular chips, this particular chip, right? It has a build install in it. And I was a part of that, the same testing, right? Now you might be thinking what the chip will do. Guys, because of this chip only today, whenever you are recharging your set-top box for, let's say, 350 rupees, you are able to see the channels. Are you guys getting my point? Today, you're getting the notification on regular time that, hey, your set-top box um, payment is over, now recharge it again, something like that, right? Or whenever you take any new set-top box, have you seen whenever you buy a new set-top box, a person comes to your home and try to register you first. And after doing the registration, he will activate your box. After activating your box, he will assign you a package. You guys know he will assign you a package like silver package, golden package, platinum package. Silver package will have very less channels in it. Golden package will have Hindi and English channels in it, take example. And platinum package will have all the channels in it, right? And if you guys agree with me, every package will also have one regional channels. So he will ask you that you are from which region. Let's say you are from Maharashtra. So they will assign you Marathi channels. If you are from Gujarat, they will assign you Gujarati channels and so on, right? So I was working on those particular chips, guys, right? I was a part of that particular testing using, I was testing how to activate someone's box, how to deactivate someone's box, how to assign the package to someone, how to deactivate someone's box, how I can register a customer, how I can deactivate customer's box, right? So I was testing that particular mobile application also, and I was testing this particular device, right? So guys, my company was making the setup box, and I was working on the VNP model, and that was my first organization. Just thought to discuss with you. Getting idea? Okay. Please write down the next chapter, guys. The next chapter is about prototype model. Guys, the other name of prototype model is also called as dummy model. Dummy model. In prototype model or dummy model, what happens? The stages will be more here. Something like first requirement collection, then feasibility study, and then we will have the design and development of the prototype. Design and development of prototype. After design and development of the prototype, let me finish this first, then I will talk about it. Please don't worry. Third step I have is called is design and development of the prototype. And then I will have my prototype testing. Once my prototype testing is done, we will have a customer review. Once my customer review is done, then we will work on the real design. That design which consists of high-level design and low-level design. Once after design, we will do the coding. Once after coding is done, we will have a release. Sorry, after coding, testing. After testing, release. And after release, maintenance.